All right. Part 5, man. Part 5. We are at part 5. Damn. Damn, bro. I knew it would go crazy, but not like that, bro. Like y'all really want to see like a 10-hour, basically 10-hour series, about Pokimane's therapy session. But all right, let's go.
Like, hey, can you go get me that thing from upstairs? And they're like, absolutely, Dad. And then they go and they get it. They're like, yeah, okay, I
Cute.
can get used to this. But you got
Okay.
to tell them, Iman,
Why? Like,
and you got to sit with her like worry and anxiety. And this is where the problem solver in you needs to recognize that like part of your reluctance to deal with feelings probably comes as modeled behavior from her. And can you guys sit with the idea that like there's parts of you that are unhappy, but like your life is good, and you need to share with them too. Like don't give them one seesaw, like one part of the seesaw. The problem here is that you're only giving them one half of the seesaw. Give them both. They'll be able to handle it.
I
You
don't
talk about how,
know.
okay, maybe they can't. I don't know your parents.
I mean, I think they could. I just think it's so hard for me to, I guess, like guide them along that path of like, every time I mention something is not well, you guys don't need to freak out. Like, I am not dying if like I sneeze once. Um, you don't need to call me every 2 hours if I'm having a bad day. Like, it's fine. I don't know.
So now I'm confused
Hmm.
for two reasons. The first is you say, what do I say to them? And because you seem to have a really good answer. The second thing is you say, I should know better. And it sounds like you absolutely fucking do. You're spot on, right? You need to sit with them and teach them because you are an adult, actually. That is the statement of an adult, is in recognizing that like you need to explain to your parents and say like, so now I can give you some language around this. Okay. So take notes.
Hmm.
these people, bro, these people thinking they are adults. That's funny as hell, bro. Drinking alcohol, having children, cussing at the age of 38 or whatever. Bro, you are a whole father. Still cussing, still drinking alcohol, still eating instant noodles, bro. It doesn't t- it doesn't sound too bad, right? But I'm telling you, being adult is taking real responsibility. Bro, there is another how you call that? When somebody like the health car that is like picking you up because you die or something. Another one, like every night, bro. I swear to God, every night. Okay, I'm not swearing to God because it's not every night, but almost every night, bro. I see these blue lights, bro, driving somewhere, bro. I mean, in this city, there are a lot of like old people. It's sad, and they are lonely and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe I could also help old people right here. But yeah, just a thought.
Hmm.
So statement of an adult.
Ah, yeah, the other. You're not an adult unless you stop consuming any kind of drugs, uh, mushrooms and weed. Cooking it's a little bit different, because that's natural. Um, but even that, it's like you can just stop it all because you don't really need that to get drunk or high or whatever it is. Second of all, food, what you eat, like, I mean, or drink, consume, right? What you consume, food, drink, content. Um, Responsible to your child or children, giving them instant noodles. not that responsible. Like really not that responsible, you know? Like you can't just give your child everything that it wants, basically. Because if you give your child everything, it gets spoiled. You know, the child gets spoiled. That's what I got a little bit, to be honest.
is in recognizing that like you need to explain to your parents and say like I'm of an adult. Is in recognizing that like you need to explain to your parents and say like so now I can give you some language around this, okay? So take notes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when I tell you that I'm unhappy or I cry, what do you guys think is going on? Happy or I cry. What do you guys think is going on? And what do you think you have to do about it? And just explore that with them, which is going to be a really confusing question.
What?
And what do you think you have to do about it? And just explore that with them, which is going to be a really confusing question. Like I had a 2.5 hour conversation with my mom the other day about like some really basic stuff about like understanding your insides because she just doesn't like I'm assuming that Indian and Moroccan culture, because I understand a little bit about Moroccan culture, are like pretty similar
Mhm.
in terms of, you have your option of STEM field, no boys in the house.
You could
And
also perhaps be a lawyer if you want to be a little bit edgy.
yeah, so in our case, it wasn't edgy. My dad said, I have an older brother,
Mhm.
and he said that one of y'all is going to be a doctor and one of y'all is going to be a lawyer. And then what I used to say in my med school interviews when they're like, why do you want to be a doctor? Like, what brings you here? And I would say,
This
well,
more
Wait a
similar
second.
Mhm.
in terms of, you have your own insides, about like some really basic stuff about, and what do you think you have to do about it?
Asking these questions like, yeah, what do you do when I say I'm unhappy, I'm sad? Like, what you going to do about that? Of course, parents should know what to do actually, but a lot of people, parents, wait a minute, a lot of parents don't know. That is the thing. So it's like, yeah, you can ask them. They don't probably know. Um, so it's like, well, Asian parents, they make you food most of the times. Um, but yeah, then talking with you, like, why are you sad and so on. But bro, like, it doesn't have to be that, like it just, I feel like it just causes drama. I'm old enough, like I'm 29 now, right? Like I don't need to talk with my mom anymore about stuff because I figured it out. I don't know what if she figured it out. But that is another thing because I already talked with everybody, like everybody that is like near and important to me. I talked with them for hours. The longest I talked with somebody was my sister because of course like she can understand it way better through language and stuff like that. So bro, we had one conversation phone call was like 5 hours. 5 hours, just like that. And I can have these long talks, but it requires a lot of energy because I'm really listening. I'm really thinking, and it is exhausting. Um, because I'm really, really am active right now also. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. I would say like I'm not getting exhausted that fast anymore. Like this will be the fifth hour of reaction time, and we are still not done. But it's like I'm also not done. Like I still can go further, but I know, damn, bro, I still have to stream today because I told myself to stream every day. It doesn't matter how long, at least you streamed. So I'm like, okay, let me stream like 1 hour, at least 1 hour. So it's 9 p.m. I still have 3 hours. let's see. And please also follow me on Twitch and stuff like that. You can talk with me about everything. I play Minecraft right now. It's the 19th day of 30 playing Minecraft. After that, we play something else. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and just explore that with them,
Oh,
which
you
is going to be a
see the
really
blue
confusing
lights
question.
in the background?
Like I had a 2.5 hour conversation with my mom the other day about like some really basic stuff about like understanding your insides, because she just doesn't like. I'm assuming that Indian and Moroccan culture, because I understand a little bit about Moroccan culture, are like pretty similar
Mhm.
in terms of, you have your option of STEM field, no boys in the house,
You could
and
also perhaps be a lawyer if you want to be a little bit edgy.
yeah. So in our case, it wasn't edgy. My dad said, I have an older brother,
Mhm.
and he said that one of y'all is going to be a doctor and one of y'all is going to be a lawyer. And what I used to say in my med school interviews when they're like, "Why do you want to be a doctor? Like, what brings you here?" And I would say,
What does
"Well, yeah." So I tell them that my dad told me that one of y'all has to be a doctor and one of y'all has to be a lawyer. And my brother's older, and he got to choose first, and he went to law school. So here I am.
yeah.
And
Crazy.
so talk to them about,
That's
what do
crazy,
they
bro.
think, and like, and then ask them explicitly, like, and I think you should share like everything that you're sharing with us, right? Which is that you sometimes hesitate to share things with them because of how much it hurts them. Tell
Hmm.
them that,
Mhm.
and say like, what do you guys think about that? And then like, is it okay for me to like tell you that I'm not doing okay? And like, I know it hurts you, but like tell you that I'm not doing okay. And then like, is it okay for me to like tell you that I'm not doing okay? And like, I know it hurts you, but like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm not so
Mhm.
worried about it.
But she is not okay, bro. And parents probably are also not okay. Like, I'm telling you straight up, for me, everybody is not okay. Like, almost everybody is not okay only if you are into spiritualism and you really practice this. Even I am not really that okay. But I'm gonna be like really, really okay when I hit the 30 because after 30, no drugs, no drugs, no smoking, no drinking, uh, maybe trying to like work around it like Pokimane did, but nah, because well, the only thing you can do is, and take notes now. Take notes because if you like to be high, I'm giving you one that costs you $0. $0 and you get high out of that. I'm happy about it because it is also very healthy. So it is breathing, basically. Just breathing in and out, deeper and deeper and deeper, until you get to a level where you have so much oxygen in your system that you get a high out of that. And this high, like it it feels like you are on top of the world. And it's great because it's unlimited. You can always have it and it doesn't require to for you to smoke, prepare something, drink, doesn't cost you anything. You just have to breathe consciously. And I'm like, wow. Like I really need to go into that more again.
Oh, you know how like
Like, I know it hurts you, but like, I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm not so
Mhm.
worried about it.
Ah, yeah, the way she is not okay again. So yeah, a lot of people not okay. Yes. I will be okay. I said that. So how she will be okay, right? First, the crying. Why is she crying? She's still identifying herself with that, right? With something. Thing is, unlearn everything. Throw that all in the trash, and be nothing. And then you will get greeted with blissfulness and you are like, oh yeah, wow. Like you like it, you will even be speechless. Like that's how beautiful that is. You know, the sacredness, the holiness. Like even thinking about it, it's like, God damn. Like I want it back, but if you try to chase it, it will not come back.
Oh, you know how how they say if you have a child, you shouldn't be overly protective of them, especially when they're like super young, and be too scared of them getting sick, because the only way you build your immune system is by getting sick every now and then when you're young, right? I feel like I guess that's what happened to me in terms of just like general life experiences.
Absolutely. Beautifully put. And am I not supposed to be? Am I supposed to be not doing that with my
Am
kids?
I supposed to be saying that what you said is wrong?
No, no, no,
No,
no. I
I'm just
mean,
trying to. Wait, what?
I was just thinking, am I raising my kids wrong?
Oh, I don't
Because
know how you're raising your kids.
Wait, one, two, three, bro. If I had an egg, bro, I would say I would not smash eggs because I wouldn't waste that. Bro really said, "Am I raising my kids wrong?" I'm telling you straight up, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I know that only from this one instant noodle story, bro. Only with this one and only. I know y'all are giving her, it doesn't sound too bad, right? But y'all are basically giving her chemicals, and she's 2.5 years. Give her natural stuff, right? Fruit and vegetables. And even there, you have to be careful. Try to get a local from a local farmer the stuff, fruit and vegetables, whatever, and not from a supermarket, right? Where it's so much chemicals in there, it's like you about to mutate into something else. So yeah, go to a local farmer, give her fruit and vegetables. Don't give her processed food. I don't care if it's like vegan, vegetarian. It's still processed food, you know? And this shouldn't be in a system like from a human being at all, actually. Like I know I mean I am guilty, but for me I mean I'm like I don't have the luxury just to like buy whatever I want. So I basically, like sometimes I do instant noodles, most of the times I do pasta, but it's still like processed, right? I know it's still bad, but at least I don't have a child, and at least I don't give it to my child.
I don't know either. It's really confusing. And am I not supposed to be? Am I supposed to be?
Right? Especially when they're like super young.
Wait. What's she saying? What she said, really?
How they say if you have a child, you shouldn't be overly protective of them, especially when they're like super young, and be too scared of them getting sick, because the only way you build your immune system is by getting sick every now and then when you're young, right? I feel like I guess that's what happened to me in terms of just like general life experiences.
Absolutely.
General life experience. That was she. Yeah, she has overprotective parents. I knew it right away because Moroccan, Muslim, whatever she is, whatever, they are overprotective, especially if that's a girl, right? Asian culture also, but not that strict anymore. Uh, Muslims are more strict. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Um, but it's getting looser and loose and more loose, right? So yeah, your parents definitely were overprotective, especially in Canada where it's like a new country and there's a lot of things going on, even in Morocco, like really, um, but it feels more familiar, and then it's stuff like that, and it's more like freedom, I feel like. But yeah, overprotective is not good, like that's how people like children get rebellious, and they do like the complete opposite what y'all taught them. Because if you say don't do that, and don't do that, these things they it's more tempting now because it's like the forbidden fruit. Don't eat the forbidden fruit. Whatever it is, don't eat it. And then it's like, damn, it's so tempting. It looks so good. Like let's say Pokimane at 16 years old, having a crush, school crush with also 16, let's say, and then like, damn, like I can't even talk to boys. Like I can't even invite my like school crush to my house and stuff like that. And it's like that. So you do you can rebel, I think it is. Um, but someday it will be come out. Like for example, Pokimane feels like she wasted 7 years of her life or whatever, and she will probably get it back. Like I don't even know. Like having fun with men, partying a little bit. You know what I mean? Like these kind of things. What would mm, normally happen most of the times when you are like a teenager, young adult. She's still a young adult at 23, but now it's like 28. She's still young, still young. 29, yeah, still young.
Beautifully put. And am I not supposed to be? Am I supposed to be not doing that with my kids?
Am I supposed to be saying that what you said is wrong?
No, no, no,
No,
no. I
I'm
mean,
just trying to. Wait, what?
I was just thinking, am I raising my kids wrong?
Oh, I don't
Because
know how you're raising your kids.
I don't know either. It's
Like that's the beauty of streaming, Like he's saying, "Am I raising my kids wrong?" And as a psychiatrist, saying that is like you don't have no clue at all. I mean, okay, it's like a different field. That is the thing also. Like psychiatrists, they are good maybe in the field of psychology and knowing a little bit here and there. That's it. I'm telling you straight up, that's it. But with the spiritualism, it goes way like it involves everything, everything. So it's not just psychology, it's family problems, friends, relationship problems, having kids. You see everything. You can basically see everything through observations. You observe parents from other. You see parents in public. You see parents on videos. You see them and you just observe. You look what they give their how they treat their kids, what they give their kids to eat. Most of the times it's what they also like. And most of the parents sadly don't eat the best way. So McDonald's, pizza, kebab, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, soda drinks, a lot of sugar, processed food. It tastes good, I know that, but I am not eating that. Like, thankfully, I have Asian parents that cooked a lot of times, so I'm used to getting fresh food, not processed food. A few times I eat processed food, but not that often. But when I was like living with my cousin, we almost ate always processed food because he loves to order. Like after the work, lazy and stuff like that, having the money, why not? Right? But not really for me.
really confusing.
It's okay.
I don't know either. It's really confusing.
It's okay. You'll find out in like 10 to 20 years. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. That's the approach I'm taking, right?
Okay, Mr. K, it's your turn, bro. Like, I don't like the way you do that. I mean, it's a good start. Yeah. No, it's a good start. It's like a starter. Like, like you're trying a little bit, but it's not like crazy. You know what I mean? But really, it's crazy because if you are in spiritualism, you dig so deep, like you question everything, like what it will be like if I have a wife, if I have children, what would I give them to eat? What should I stop doing that I'm doing right now, like smoking weed, drinking alcohol? What is it? Like everything you ask yourself, everything. Like, how should I raise my daughter or my son or my children the best possible way? Like, what are the requirements? What should I achieve before I have children? A lot of money, financial freedom that you can be outside of a big town into nature. I would love to be in nature with my wife. If I ever get a wife, I'm telling you right now, the possibility that I will have a wife and kids are so low because the world is just like I can't with this world, bro. Like I just can't, bro. And then in nature, they living carefree, don't have to go to school, but I still teach them. I still teach them language, how to write, how to read, just a little bit every day and stuff like that. Because if a mind is free and active, they learn faster. They learn faster. So I like that kind of idea. Like I was thinking it through and I already imagined it. And but again, I don't know how my wife will be. I don't know how I will be with my wife, how I will treat my wife, of course, with respect and stuff like that. But let's say if she cheats, what if I cheat? The possibility is there. So that's also the thing. And also, yeah, with the children, you know, like in nature, we should not use the smartphone or any digital stuff a lot of times, just a little bit. And most of the times we do nature stuff, like we go maybe look collect for mushrooms or whatever it is, like go for a walk and just play and like go to the sea if there is one, maybe the beach and then swim and then just enjoy life. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like, oh, you know what I mean? And that's how I thought. So I was thinking like, my parents got divorced. I will do it better. So I will have a wife, I will have children, I will have a good job and stuff like that. We have a house, we have a car, we have a dog, and we will be happy. That was delusional. Like I can't know if it will be just like that. It's never easy like that, like you think it is. Oh, okay, I have to speak a little bit um quieter. Still, I'm curious now. Like, where is the bro? That is right next to my like next to the building that where I live, bro. Damn, somebody died. I hope not. But sometimes it's like freedom to die. So I'm not saying I hope not. Just it is what it is, basically. Where was I, bro? In my mind, of course, I was somewhere else. I don't know anymore. Like I forget things quite fast, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, wait, yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
maybe that's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes sense. I think you are overly protected. I don't
Ah,
know
yeah.
either. It's really confusing.
It's okay. You'll find out in like 10 to 20 years. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. That's the approach I'm taking, right?
um,
He, it's okay to make mistakes, Dr. K. Okay. Like asking, am I raising my children wrong? But what I automatically know is like you are unsure about how to raise your child. You are unsure about that or insecure about that. You don't know for real because maybe you never did it. So it's like maybe you need to observe a little bit more, you know? But with love, you know what to do, basically. With love, you know what to do. It's like I'm not giving if I would ever have children, I would not give my children everything they want, even if I have the money for it, just because I don't want them basically to eat meat, for example. But let's just say like, you know, first of all, I they eat what I eat, right? Like that's normal. Um, but then if they are like someday like I don't know 13, 14, 15 and they're like, "Mom, can I finally or Dad, can I finally get a smartphone?" And I'm like, "Okay, you can get it." Then maybe she or he will see like city life or maybe meat and stuff like that. And then she or he is like, what is that? Like, we never had that. And I will explain them, like, this is an animal. They mass produce that animal. They don't live in a good state and they kill it for you to eat it. So that's why your dad is not eating any meat anymore. He loves eating meat before, but then he changed and has empathy for animals over my own desire to eat meat. And if they still want to eat meat, I'm saying, it's not that good. I would like you to not eat it, but if you want to try, you can try, but just know that it can taste very good and you don't want to stop. But I would love for you to stop it for the love of animals, stuff like that. I would not ever forbid anything to my children because I did mistakes. They can do mistakes, but I would just warn them a little bit, like give them like an explanation, like why I'm not doing it and why they should not do that. Um, but hey, if they want to do it, have like fun, like drinking alcohol, go to parties and stuff like that when they are like 16, 17, 18, they can do it. They can do it. Like I don't, I'm not that, like this I got from my father. Like I let them do, but I am also strict also. Like I'm loose and also strict. It depends on where. Like this is a good combination. I feel like my mom is strict, my dad is loose. So yeah, so I see that balance. But yeah, I would never forbid them to do anything because if I forbid that, the temptation is way bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess maybe that's how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes sense. I think you are overly protected. And by overly protected, I think what you've been protected from or what you've been insulated against is to a certain degree your own feelings and emotional expression. And so you'll be thrilled. You can tell your mom, Iman, that I spoke with a guy who happens to be a psychiatrist, and he said
Wait. Like they are overly protected because they don't want her to basically get rotten. Like what you know what I mean? Like you can get addicted to a lot of things really fast, like alcohol, intercourse, but it's like natural intercourse, I feel like, it's like it should never be like oh, overprotection for intercourse, bro. Like it's intercourse, it's like both sides, if both sides feel good, like why not? You know what I mean? But the thing also comes then, with having kids with this person. If you are like, and then I don't even want to like say use protection and stuff like that because it's like they basically they don't want you to have more kids, because we are already quite a lot of people in this world right now. Like I think we never were that many people were never that many people in the world, I think. Um 8 billion, bro. And even with condoms, we still going crazy, bro. Like that is crazy. But now it's like slowly slowing down. Like I'm not doing that, probably not. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. No, we're
I
not
was
going
just
into that.
like
We are not
all of
going
the
into that.
and
Not
and
no.
so you'll be thrilled. You can tell your mom, Iman, that I spoke with a guy who happens to be a psychiatrist, and
Hmm.
he said I was just like all of the middle-aged, you know, Middle Eastern and or South Asian or Asian attorneys. I'm just like them. And that I don't know how to
Perfect.
emotionally express myself or connect with you guys on an emotional level. And I'm also very financially and professionally successful. And I'm deeply unhappy. I
You
mean, I don't think you're
can't
deep. I don't think you're deeply unhappy, but I think you've got to connect. And this goes back to loneliness. Like, I don't understand. I think you, speaking of things that
I don't think you are deeply unhappy. Like how? Like you just think. You don't know. You just think that. So instead of thinking, just ask her, are you deeply unhappy? This is maybe would have been a good question instead of, how do you feel about that? Let me think a moment first for a question. How do you feel that way when you're talking about that? It's crazy, bro. But I get it. He's human. He's not into spiritualism that crazy. I can see it. Um, I don't know even what it was about.
you've missed, I don't think you're deeply unhappy, but I think you've got to connect. And this goes back to loneliness.
But she changed her face changed really quickly. She smiled, and then he said, "I don't think you are deeply unhappy." And then it was like smile was gone. You can't really say, but what I feel like, when I mean, come on, like crying for 2 weeks or a week straight, every day, all day, every night, whatever it is crazy. Like it's a lot. It's really a lot. And I could see that she potentially is deeply unhappy, you know? Of course, like on the outside everybody can look happy. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that you are really happy, you know? like deep like deep within it could really be that she is unhappy because it's a lot of things going on and she's doing it since 16, bro. 16, bro. Like since 16 she is dreaming, bro. And so much things she missed feels like she is missing on, and feeling like she wasted 7 years of her life, bro, and saying, I don't think you are deeply unhappy. Maybe ask her. Maybe ask her that. And don't just think. I don't, it's, it sounds crazy, but it's always like, I think you are doing okay. I think you are good. I think you look pretty. I think. No, stop thinking. Please stop. Stop. Like, don't think all the time about all like BS basically. Don't do it all the time, bro. Like
Like, I don't understand.
thinking has its place, but it shouldn't be like everything we know.
I think you, speaking of things that you've missed out on and things that you owe yourself, I don't believe that you need to have an NPC relationship with your parents. Like, that's like, I mean, it sounds like you're alone.
You don't even know, you know? Like you like talking like her relationship with her parents.
from
The
them. You
hell?
have an NPC relationship with your parents. Like that's like, I mean, it sounds like you're alone from them. You know, they're NPCs and you have scripted interactions with them. It's not like, you know, it's like you walk up to them and it's like, take your pick. I am doing well. And then she responds with, when are you going to college? And then it's like literally like a fucking NPC. You go up to them and then you right click them and then they say that like, Iman, like, what do you think about going to college next semester? And you know, like in games, you can have dialogue with people. You can have the same fucking dialogue over and over and over again. And those are the relationships we have with our parents.
I do want to say though that like uh, I also feel bad because it's not entirely their fault. I also feel like and I mean whatever about fault. Also, it just makes me really sad because um like I left Canada 3 years ago and I moved out from home at 18 for university anyways, but I also feel like it's
Wait,
uh
and I moved out from home at 18 for university. Ah, okay. At 18, so 3 years ago. So at 20, she went to LA, or what is it?
exponentially more difficult to do these kinds of things with that considered and with like language barrier to some extent. Um, because I feel like that kind of thing would translate so much better in person. And I was actually I was planning on visiting them a week before the quarantine started. And I
Hmm.
was hoping to like perhaps get to tackle certain issues, but then that didn't really get to happen either. And I can't tell whether happen either. Get to tackle certain issues, but then that didn't really get to happen either.
Bro, I feel like every psychiatrist is telling the people that, like the customer, to say, uh, talk with your parents, talk with your friends, talk with your sibling, whoever it is, like talk with them. Bro, it should be that they need to understand themselves first before talking to anybody at all. Like, because these problems, you have these problems, not them, but it involves them, but it's still the problem you have inside of you. So you have to understand yourself first. Then you can solve all these problems, or these problems just go away because you tackle the root of it or take the root out, and then these problems don't exist. So you got to do that first, Pokimane.
And I can't tell whether I'm like putting it off by wanting to do it in person or if like I really think that that would make a difference. But I guess it's just something that I feel has also stunted my ability to do that with them.
Sure. Do you meditate?
Yes, I was doing really good up until 2 weeks ago, and then I started crying a lot. There might be a connection.
There might be a connection. You're right.
Yes, I was doing really good up until 2 weeks ago, and then I started crying a lot. There might be a connection.
There might be a connection. You're right. So Iman, I think you're very spiritually adept. I think you have a mind that's well.
Oh, wait, wait, wait. Don't stop thinking. Stop thinking again, please. Stop thinking. Please stop thinking. Okay, I tell you another story. It was in the time of quarantine also, where I was starting to meditate. I was really almost done with life, right? I was really suicidal, stuff like that. And then I saw this recommendation YouTube video from Sadhguru about spiritualism. So I clicked on it and then I meditated. I didn't know exactly what I was looking for, so there was like guided meditations, right? So it's like close your eyes and just breathe. Just relax, okay? Breathe in and out. In and out. Like I can basically already do that because did it probably like a few times. Um, and when you breathe in and out, it's like you breathing in the energy and breathing out the toxic energy. You know what I mean? And you get more relaxed, and then we go tackle like really deep stuff that is in you, right? Like what is making you sad? Like what are you mourning about? Like, you know? So it's like I was seeing my dog, of course, dying, grandparents, getting the call that they died and stuff like that. Even seeing my own dog dying on the table, from the vet, um, and stuff like that. And I cried, and I cried a lot, you know. But it was good to let it out because it's this guided meditation I can just recommend y'all. I don't know anymore like which like how you search it for, but it's like guided meditation. Then it should be there somewhere. And that's also how I let it go. It's like it's okay to let it go. Like this is in the past. This can't hurt you anymore. You cried about it, and with the crying, you should also let it go. Stop missing it also, right? Because missing is like you get sad from that also. Like it was once there, it was alive. It's not there anymore. So stop thinking about it and stuff like that. Stop mourning, stop missing, stop being sad because this is something a lot of people like to say that they wouldn't like to see you cry because they died, right? Nobody wants that, like your grandparents don't want you to be sad or don't want to see you mourning for their dad, right? For their death. And also the dog, right? It's the same thing. Like, all right. Wait, did I tell the story meditation and then it was not that good? All right, okay. For me, it was good because I let it out. It was gone. I don't know the story for Pokimane. Let's see.
There might be a connection. You're right. So Iman, I think you're very spiritually adept. I think you have a mind that's well designed for
I
spiritual exploration.
think, I believe. All right, believe.
So, and I really would recommend that you continue to not necessarily that you have to meditate, but I think so. A couple of things. So you're now we talk about karma. Familiar with
Karma.
karma,
uh
yay,
could you
nay?
just
Sure,
define it yourself so
sure.
I know? Mm-hmm.
So, um, so when I look at you, I see a certain like you were dealt a certain hand in life, and I think that the hand that you were dealt is sort of like geared towards spiritual growth. And there are a couple of things that I look for in people who are like prone towards kind of spirituality, and everyone is prone to their own kind of spirituality. I think you're prone to a very particular kind that's actually like Buddha's, because I think you have a lot of the struggles that he had, like literally, right? So if we think about what worked for him,
Bro, and he got the story wrong. I googled it up, bro. Like Buddha didn't cry and cried and cried, bro. Wait, let's see. Let's specifically ask, did Buddha cried and cried and cried many days before he went to explore? There is no historical or scriptural evidence that Siddhartha Gautama before his enlightenment cried for many days in a continuous manner while exploring or seeking truth. Uh, cried before he left his kingdom. There's no evidence that the Buddha cried before leaving his kid. There's no evidence. Like, bro, I, I don't want to. Bro, I know it's a little bit harsh when I call him an Indian scammer, but bro, at least get your facts right. Stop thinking too much, right? Like saying, I think, it's like, I believe. I don't know for real. I don't know for real, but I think you are good in spiritual stuff. I don't know. Everybody basically can be good at being spiritual because for me, this should be natural for us, for human beings to be spiritual. Like we should all love each other. We should have fun with each other. You know what I mean? Like there shouldn't be no drama. There shouldn't be no money. There shouldn't be no work a 9 to 5 to get the money, to get a house and stuff like that. It should be like communities. We build a house together. We live in that house. Like first maybe, we go help George and his wife Sarah build the house that they like. Well, it's not like a crazy house, because it's like limited. We go natural and stuff like that. And to be honest, yeah, like I'm not getting into that so too deep.
Like if we think about his starting position in a particular game, like your starting position is actually somewhat similar. And so his solutions may apply, like, if you, I don't know what kind of games you play, but if you have a particular start and there's like a particular strategy that's like optimized for, winning.
Bro, that is so funny, bro. He is comparing like Buddha to Pokimane. Bro, I can't with him, bro. He really is a entertaining streamer, bro, like a YouTuber or whatever it is, but he is not that spiritual. He's not, nah. Yo, yo, I can't, bro. I can't, bro. There's no way. Pokimane the next Buddha, bro. Like that is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I think that the other thing is you're very self-reflective. I don't know if you've done
Mhm.
therapy or other kinds of activities where you kind of do this kind of stuff, but your ability to catch your thoughts and notice what you're doing. For example, when you said, I don't know if that's like me just making excuses for myself that I want to do this in person and I want it to be perfection. Maybe that's my perfectionism.
Oh my
That amount of
god.
self-reflectiveness, I think, is very helpful for a particular kind of spiritual growth, which is the kind that I like, which is not so much about God or devotion or anything like that. It's really about understanding like how you work. It's actually a system of engineering. It's not like religion. I'm serious. So I mean, what I think about it as is like mechanisms of the mind.
Mhm.
And in your case, you have a particular thing called a samskar. A samskar is like sort of a ball of undigested emotion or like a background program that's kind of running in your mind that
Mhm.
flagellates you for not being good enough, that drives you forward, but at the same time is just like a process that's running on its own. And like, processes that are running on their own can be like good for our computer, but then also there are some times where we need like control alt delete and like end task. And I don't know if you're
Yeah.
a filthy Mac user, but
Oh
okay,
no.
thank God.
Disgusting.
Um, Also an eternal, you're
Yeah.
a filthy Mac user, but
Oh
okay,
no.
thank God. Computer, but then also there's being good enough that drives you forward. But at the same time, it's just like a process
Wait,
or like about like mechanisms of the mind.
Mhm.
And in your case, you have a particular thing called a samskar. A samskar is like sort of a ball of undigested emotion or like a background program that's kind of running in
a ball of undigested emotion or like a background program that's kind of running
your
in.
mind that flagellates you for not being good enough, that drives you forward. But at the same time, it's just like a process that's running on its own. And like, processes that are running on their own can be like good for our computer, but then also there are some times where we need like control alt delete and like end task. And I don't know if you're
Yeah.
a filthy Mac user, but Okay,
no.
thank God.
Disgusting.
Um, and I don't know if you're
Yeah.
a filthy Mac user, but processes that are running on their own can be like good for our computer, but then also there are some times where we need like Control Alt Delete and like End Task. And I don't know if you're
Yeah.
a filthy Mac user, but it,
Oh
okay,
no.
thank God.
Filthy Mac user, bro. Oh my god, bro. Wait a minute. The iOS system is pretty good. I'm on Windows also. It's more like more freedom, but the MacBook is pretty good. You know, if it's not about streaming, just like chilling, like I mean, it can even do like a little bit of editing and stuff like that. It's pretty powerful, actually. But we about yeah, the computer being like how to say, bro, like the computer being in the like you have a process in your mind and stuff like that. So I have a good like how you call it analogy or whatever, which is your mind, your brain is like a computer, right? It can collect information, collect data, right? You e- either take the data or you throw some data out. This is what you then call your personality or character. These information is you are collecting. Some of it it will be your personality. Something it will be in the back of your mind because it's like trauma or whatever it is subconsciously is still there because it's somehow important for you. And but we get so much information every day that you like your brain is overworking because it is already full. It's over full, right? And it's not working properly anymore. So it's just like a computer. If the computer is completely full with data, I'm telling you, it's not running as fast and smooth anymore. So how about delete everything? Delete everything. Everything, your name, your age, your parents, everything. Delete it. Delete it. Just delete it. And then you will die. Ego death. And then something beautiful can be seen because this is the old stuff. This is all in the past. Like, this is, you know, you already know it. Like this is not something new. So, how about you do the ego death, you die, and mind you, I didn't even do it. I didn't, I don't know, I can't still die. Like I don't know like how to, basically, even if I want to, I don't know how. But yeah, ego death. Then something new can happen, but that's also just something I heard about. I don't know that for a fact. Like this is a disclaimer, but I am pretty sure that this exists because everything else was true. So I feel like they don't lie, you know, about that. But yeah.
Disgusting.
Um,
Okay, wait. It's 1 hour, so I will do like 1 hour streaming and then I will come back. Yeah, hell yeah. Um, yeah, see you later. This is, yeah, see you in the next part. Thanks.